What's going on YouTube? My name is NC Squared and welcome back to another Sun and Moon release video. I know I haven't posted the last one with the Sandalite and all the other Pokemon, but right now today we got a new video showcasing all the other Pokemon that have come today in the video. So exciting new additions have come to Pokemon Sun and Moon. The first one is going to be Wimpod. He's a bug water type Pokemon with the ability Wimp Out. Now, we haven't seen this ability before, and it's pretty cool. Let me just read you the description from the Pokemon website. The link will be in the description below. Wimpod has a cowardly nature and a wary of noises and sudden movements. If you approach them in a group, they'll immediately run off. When Wimpod feel threatened, they split out in poisonous liquid, like toxic or something like that. The stench of its toxic fluids signal others that danger is near, despite their extreme cowardice. Their curiosity leads Wimpod to approach people or Pokemon that are still standing. Wimpod eat and store anything that they find fallen on the ground. They also scavenge any garbage that has been dropped in the sea or highly valued cleaners. Sometimes carry pearls and other valuable items, or so humans or Pokemon like Murkrow may target them. So this seems to be like one of the Pokemon that are like a small wimpy bug type Pokemon. It's actually like one of the it seems to be like one of those Pokemon that has a lot of prey, and I feel like that since it's stated on the Pokemon website that it spews out a fluid that makes other Pokemon like attract to you, I believe that this is going to be a rare encounter. Or it's gonna be like a common encounter, but since it uses its ability that we'll soon get into, Wimp Out, that it spews a toxin that makes it the rare encounter. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty mixing it up a little bit. And now for Wimpod's ability, Wimpod has the new ability, Wimp Out ability, an ability that no other Pokemon has had before. With the Wimp Out ability, this Pokemon HP drops below half in battle. It will run away and swap out for another Pokemon. So instead, so in the trailer, it actually shows that Wimp Out it flees the game, the battle. So this is going to be actually one of the harder Pokemon to catch in the game. I feel like you're just gonna need to throw an Ultra Ball at this thing in order to catch it, or paralyze it right away, or put it to sleep right away, or make sure you don't put it below half health. But now that it says that it'll switch out for another Pokemon, that means another wild encounter will come. Will that mean that the HP on the wild Pokemon come out as a new HP, full HP? That'd be pretty cool to see what happens with that. See if what we can get from just battling this Wimpod and just making it up, I guess, below half health, and then switch it out for another Pokemon. That'd be pretty cool if you see a live gameplay of something, and you see Wimpod, they switch it out below half health, and they switch it out for another Pokemon, and that Pokemon be shiny. That'd be pretty dope. I wonder if that'll ever happen. Probably not, but you can always have speculations with new games. But Wimpod for sure looks like one of those new Pokemon that seems to be it's good. It's a good typing water bug type. It has pretty bad coverage. It doesn't have any quad effective, I believe, because it's super effective against water, super effective against dark, super effective against ground, fire. But since water is resistant to fire, bug type is no longer I guess quad effective on it. It's just neutral damage. So this has a pretty good but electric type, as you can see in the video, or if you saw the video, I'll also link the video down in the description below. It was super effective against it. But let's move on to our next Pokemon, which is Bunsweet. Now, this looks pretty cool. It looks like the next Cherubi, I'm going to assume. It's going to be the next Cherubi, but let me read you guys the description of it. Because it exudes a delicious smell from its entire body, Bunsweet is popular with Pokemon and also the people of Alola region. Bunsweet's scent has a calming effect on humans, so many people let them live inside their homes in a sort of air freshener. Unfortunately, it's sometimes swallowed by Pokemon drawn to its aroma. That's a little dark. This Pokemon is hunted down because of its sweet aroma. When running away from other Pokemon, Bunsweet flees danger by skipping along the ground. Since its bouncing movements don't convey to others, it actually in actual desperate flight, no one ever comes at its aid. When attacked by enemies, it drives them off by rotating its Catalyx head downside, and it's how dizzy it gets afterwards. So I'm going to assume this is going to have its own move that has its head rotate around, because now that we know that it gets dizzy when it rotates its head, it's actually kind of different from the other descriptions, because this says like there's a move like Outrage automatically puts you into confusion, Thrash puts you into confusion. Maybe this Bunsweet is going to get a move that puts you into confusion if you use the move like Protect or something like that. If you use Protect, it'll automatically get confused. Leaf Guard and Oblivious are its abilities. Those are actually abilities that have already previously been owned. I believe Oblivious is that it can't get infatuated, but I'm not sure what Leaf Guard is. Let me look up Leaf Guard real quick. I should have had this prepared. I'm unprepared. Let's see what Leaf Guard is. Leaf Guard, in battle during harsh sunlight, Leaf Guard prevents Pokemon from being affected by non-violet status conditions and yawn. So like, so you can't get burned, or it prevents sleep, and that's pretty cool. You can't get in put to sleep or get burned or anything like that. So I think that's a pretty cool ability. But let's get on to the next Pokemon. Comfey. The Flower Veil Pokemon. It looks, I mean, let's be real here. We got a dangling keychain Pokemon. I'm not surprised by this. And especially because we're in Hawaii, this is kind of like, I guess, a good Pokemon to represent the Hawaiian region, Alola region. Is a pure fairy type. I kind of would like to see if it's a grass fairy type, but I mean, as you can see, it's a pure fairy with a little icon above the head. Let me read you guys the description. This is again all on the Pokemon website. If you want to go check it out yourself, you can. Highly recommend it. Comfey picks flowers and always carries them around. It makes the ring of blossom and spreads oil from its body on it, which changes the flowers so they emit a soothing fragrance. It has a habit of giving these flowers rings to those it's fond of. The aroma can soothe both itself and its allies. Comfey also helps with treatment of people and Pokemon centers at hospitals thanks to its aroma. When attacked by other Pokemon, it is thrown its flower at them to create an opening and then enter, flees, or strikes back. It has a new ability called Tri-Age. It didn't show the ability in the video, but I have the description right here. Comfey has the ability Tri-Age. The ability has no other Pokemon before. With the Tri-Age ability, Pokemon restorative moves gain the highest priority in battle. So, that's actually pretty cool. So instead of like having Quick Attack go first, and like you were about to die, you could use Rest, and that has more priority than priority moves. So, or I'm going to assume it has more priority. So like, Aqua Jet would have priority over Body Slam, especially if it was slower. But now, since if it's slower, you can use like Rest, or you can use Recover or Synthesis or something like that. Whatever this Pokemon gets that's a healing ability, that actually goes first. That's actually going to be really, I guess in a competitive sense, it's actually going to be really good, because especially if you're slow, you can actually get that first move, Recover. That's actually going to be pretty good for competitive wise, and especially for Nuzlocke. Like, you're about to die, let me put a Recover on this thing. But let's be real here. This actually looks like it only has one evolution, so it looks like it's going to be the next Klefki of the Pokemon Sun and Moon. And then moving on to the next Pokemon, the one that I'm probably most fond of on this is Mudsdale. I didn't know how to pronounce it, but now I do. Mudsdale. Mudsdale or Mudsdale? Mudsdale. We're going with Mudsdale. It is a ground type. Its own tempo and stamina. Now, we have own tempo. That's an entire different ability. But now we have the new ability stamina. But let me read you the entire description real quick. Mudsdale is known for its powerful body as well as its emotional fortitude, which keeps it from being agitated by anything. It never cries out, no matter what kind of trouble it's in, and it defeats with its opponents with a single powerful blow. Its legs are coated with protective mud, and weight in coating increase the force of its kicks. One kick in a car pile is a scrap. Mudsdale running is not too swift, but it's excellent power and stamina. It'll carry on for 3 days and 3 nights despite dragging loads over 10 tons. So I'm gonna guess this is like kind of like the camel Pokemon, but like obviously it's a lot more powerful than being able to run for 3 nights and 3 days without stopping. When Mudsdale gallops in earnest, the power of each hoof clop and can dig out huge holes even in asphalt. Mudsdale is forbidden to run on some Alola public roads. Alright, and then we have a new ability called Stamina, and from the picture it says that when it's affected by Stamina, the Mudsdale defense raises. Now, this is actually pretty cool because Mudsdale has the ability, this is obviously from the Pokemon website, Mudsdale has a Stamina ability that no other Pokemon has ever before. With the ability, the defense goes up by 1 but hit by a physical attack. It just says hit by an attack. I just said physical. I'm actually going to assume it's just physical attacks because if you hit it with a Psychic, I don't believe that if a defense go up, because that won't really do anything. Like, I mean, unless it didn't show this in the video, but if it showed it in the video that if it got hit by a Psychic or a special attack move and it spaces special defense, that'd be pretty good. But I can see Mudsdale being in a competitive aspect a very good mon to have, because you could, if you know someone has like a Bisharp and they're about to use Night Slash on you, you can switch out to Mudsdale and get this defense raise right after you switch out, and then in the next turn you have a +1 defense Mudsdale. That actually sounds like this could be a bulky wall for competitive aspect, and it actually sounds like it could be the next Girafarig of this. I know Girafarig was the horse Pokemon in the games for Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Pokemon Gold and Silver and Crystal. It seems like it could be the next Girafarig. We don't really see that many horse 1 evolution Pokemons. I mean, we have Ponyta and Rapidash, but those are based off of evolutions, and I don't believe we have any other horses. But correct me if I'm wrong in that comment section below. But we have Mudsdale, and then we have a new move. This move, it looks like Stomp, but it's stomping with a horse hoof. So this, I mean, it looks like it makes it a ground type attack. Now this horse hoof looks very powerful. It took out this thing in 1 hit. I would not like to be stomped by this thing, and I don't think Professor Kukui would like to be stomped by this thing either. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Our next Pokemon is going to be Mimikyu. Mimikyu is a Ghost Fairy type. We obviously saw her, or this Pokemon, and 1 other Pokemon that we're getting into later. And Korokoro is a Ghost Fairy type with the ability to disguise. And as you can see in the picture below, the bottom half of the body is actually the Pokemon. But I mean, you probably already knew that. Let's get on to this description here. It's a pretty long description. Mimikyu lives its life completely covered by a cloth and is always hidden. People looks like Shy Guy. Oh my goodness. People believe that anybody who sees its true form from beneath its clothing will be stricken by a mysterious illness. People of the Alola region are convinced that you must never try to peek beneath its covering. Mimikyu's health fails when it's bathed in the rays of the sun. It prefers to stick to dark places. It is rumored that the reason it's covered itself to cloth is to avoid sunlight. So it looks like this thing could have 2 forms, just like Cherubi when it evolves, and you use Sunny Day, it evolves into it. I guess changes forms. I can see this if you had instead of Sunny Day, it had like Rainy Day where it blocked out the sun, or just any like other move that block out the sun to get rid of like a certain type of move. You could it could change forms and reveal its true form. Or this could be an event in the actual Pokemon games, where this is like a static encounter where you can encounter this Pokemon and you can see its true form and you can try and catch it. That'd be pretty cool. The rising popularity of Pikachu-style merchandise around 20 years ago is the reason that Mimikyu makes itself look like Pikachu. In fact, the Pokemon is dreadfully lonely and thought it would be able to make friends and humans if only it looked like Pikachu. Oh, that's so depressing. That hurts my heart. But as you can see in the next few photos, We can see that it's attacked by the newly evolved of Grubbin. I forget its name, but it's evolved form of Grubbin. But it's Mimikyu's disguise, and it looks like it could be the next substitute, but it's a turn 1 substitute. It's not like you send out your Pokemon and it doesn't have substitute yet. This Pokemon, when you send it out, it has substitute. It served as it says Mimikyu's disguise activated, and it says it's served as its decoy. And then in the next slide here, it says that the wild Mikumi disguise was busted, in that you can see the head is flopped over. On the Pokemon website, the ability says Mikumi has the disguise ability no other Pokemon has had before, or has ever possessed. Oh my goodness. The disguise ability allows you to escape damage from any enemy attack just one time, and then its appearance changes. So, I mean, I guess that disregards everything I was saying about the whole weather thing, but this would be pretty cool to see it see its true form. It looks like Shroomish at the bottom, but this is technically a turn 1 substitute, so this is pretty good. But I guess I don't know if it works for priority moves or rock type move, or like priority, like not priority moves, hazard moves like spikes and toxic spikes, or rocks. For competitive aspect, I think it's just a straight attack, but I don't think it might be something where, like, if you break a Focus Sash turn 1, that the Focus Sash is no longer there. But let's continue our next Pokemon that was actually also revealed in the Korokoro, and that's going to be the Bubear. Bubear is a normal fighting type with ability Fluffy and Klutz. Unfortunately, we didn't see Fluffy, the ability in Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer. But let me read you the description. It's a pretty short description. When Bubear is acting in a friendly fashion, it's just swinging its arms around. You may never dare to approach it carelessly. It's acknowledged to be a dangerous Pokemon even within the Alola region. You may see warning signs posted near places besides it resides. So this looks like it's just like a straight power Pokemon. Like, it looks like just swinging its arms is gonna kill you. Like, anything it touches, it'll kill you. So when Bubear grows fond of its trainer, it may show that a feeling of fond embrace, but the force that it hug is tremendous. Trainers must teach these Pokemon how to restrain their strength when showing affection. So that means it's a pretty powerful mon. But the ability Fluffy, no other Pokemon has ever possessed. The ability Fluffy has the damage taken from attacks that make direct contact, but return it also doubles the damage taken from fire types. That's actually pretty crazy. So this Bubear has any damage that's come into contact with. So like physical attacks such as Mach Punch or Rock Slides or Earthquake, those moves are cut in half. But according to the Pokemon website, fire type attacks are like doubled. So just using HP Fire will just destroy this thing. Ember was going to destroy this thing. Just take it, Ember. Just take it. Alright, but moving on. Yeah, we're not only talking about the 6 Pokemon, but we're also talking about the next few slides. The next few slides are going to say that... Oh, wait, before that, we get to this new move. It looks like it's just bringing out a force of destruction with its arm, even though it has paws. It's bringing out a force of destruction. It looks like one of Luffy's attacks in One Piece. But moving aside, let's get on to the next topic we're going to talk about is host your own Pokemon competition using the Pokemon Global Link. Now, we have some pretty big updates with this. On the Pokemon website, it says, with the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon, the Global Link, the website that connects Pokemon players around the world, will end its current Omega Ruby, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon X, and Pokemon Y service with the updated work with Pokemon Sun and Moon. So, after the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon, no longer will you be able to use the Global Link to access Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon X and Y. So those games are going to be completely cut off. Unlike in Pokemon, like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, and like Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Gen 5, where you were able to use the Global Link even after the release of Pokemon X and Y, after a while it got shut down. But the second these Pokemon games come up, the game, the website that it uses is shutting down. So that's actually pretty crazy. You'll no longer be able to use Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, and Omega Ruby on the Wi-Fi battles. You will only be able to use Sun and Moon. These are the only games that you're able to go with Global Link on. The new function added in the update will let you enjoy Pokemon battles even more for even more fun. For more information about the PGL update and the new features, check out the Global Link. We'll talk about that later if you guys want me to. If you want me to talk about what's going to happen later, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe on that. But you can actually host your own friendly competitions on the new PGL. You'll be able to compete in official Pokemon competitions as in the past, but now there's more. A new friendly competition features has been constructed that will allow you to become host yourself and host original competitions you set in regulations. Friendly competitions allow you to hold competitions in 2 different styles, recruit your friends, and enjoy climactic battles. So I'm just going to assume that this is one of the greatest things that is going to ever happen, because obviously there's a lot of battles that go on in like a lot of competitions and a lot of not organizations but groups that want to like competitive battle, like the UCL or the GBA. This is actually gonna be one of the better updates for them, and for the new NPL season that I'm in, shout out to them. It's actually gonna be pretty cool, because you're gonna be able to host your own competitions. You're gonna be able to like host your own regulations. You can put out like level 100, or put out anything goes, or you can't use this certain Pokemon, you can't use this certain ability. But I mean that's actually pretty cool for like, and then like especially because like if you're going to like the regionals for competitive Pokemon or nationals for competitive Pokemon, you can actually, this is actually like before, like you don't even have to set up anything. You just have to sign a everything is set up for you. Online competitions, just like I was saying before with the UCL and GBA, in these internet competitions you'll be able to battle participants you've matched with and compete for the best rating. These competitors can be open to Pokemon trainers all around the world, or they can be set to allow pre-approved trainers to enter. When the number of participants exceeds a certain number, the Pokemon ranking will also be calculated, just as in the Pokemon official online competitions. So this means that we'll be able to like pre-register people to get into like a certain like group, like just like the UCL and GBA, instead of having to be like, oh shoot, I got to do this and this and this. Well, you're already in the group, you just need a battle. That's actually a pretty great update, to be honest with you guys. It's actually going to be like very helpful to everything that goes on within the Pokemon and Pokemon community. Like it's just going to be a very helpful update for everybody. And then live competitions allow you to host competitions where you gather together with friends and others in the same place. The digital player ID that contains the regulations will be created as a QR code, and by scanning that in the QR code, participants will be able to battle according to competition regulations. So again, great update, because for competitions such as regionals and nationals and like global, you'll be able to just like, instead of having to like have everything set up, all you have to do is scan a QR code to log in, and you're done. That's actually going to be a great update, just to set everything for you, instead of having to manually set everything every time, after every battle. And then finally, you'll be able to like player ID and stuff like that. It actually gonna, I don't know what I was going with there, but with Shady Penguin and Anon Gaming, this is actually, if you're gonna use like a certain tier battles or something like that, you can set this up by a QR scan and have everybody sign this. This is actually gonna be great for Shady Penguin and his community, Anon Gaming. Shout out to this for helping them out. I don't know, this wasn't specifically done for them, but I mean it helps them out a lot. And then finally, we get to this new thing called hyper training. Now, in the past, we've had the training with the punching bags and stuff like that in Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, and Omega Ruby. But now we have hyper training, which hyper training strengthens your Pokemon. And I'm like, I first saw this and I was like, wait, that Pokemon, I'm going to put these pictures side by side. That Pokemon's speed went from 194 to 216. And they're still both level 100. So does this mean that we're getting an automatic boost the second we can level up anytime soon? Let me read the description for you guys. The Pokemon website. Hyper Training maxes a Pokemon's power in Pokemon Sun and Moon. You can draw forth a Pokemon's power into its utmost limit. With Hyper Training, Pokemon grow stronger by raising their levels and increasing base stats. However, their power is still affected by individual strengths in it to each Pokemon. Now, with Hyper Training, Pokemon can grow that have grown to level 100 will be able to increase their individual strengths, which has never been possible before. With Hyper Training, you can increase the strength of a level 100 Pokemon you've been adventuring with. So I'm going to assume that you can only be level 100 to access Hyper Training. So if you're like say 50, you can't access Hyper Training, but you have to be level 100. This is actually pretty cool because you can you try and max out IVs and EVs. But with this, you can fully max everything out. You can obviously sometimes you can get oh, I have 320 attack, but the max is 332. But with Hyper Training, you can get to that 332 attack. That's actually pretty cool. Bottle caps, the key to Hyper Training. Hyper Training is done by Mr. Hyper, a man who loves to collect bottle caps. He can be found somewhere in the Alola region. If you bring in bottle caps, which can obtain in Pokemon Sun and Moon, you'll be able to improve Pokemon stats with Hyper Training. So I'm going to assume that bottle caps are a reference to Fallout the series. Let's be real here, but no, let's be real. Bottle caps are probably going to be like the next hard scale, where you use Rock Smash and you find the hard scale, or you find the bottle cap. I'm going to assume that all bottle caps are going to be rare to find, or that you can get them after a gym battle. You battle the gym and you take the gym and they give you a bottle cap. That means obviously that would mean there would be only 8 bottle caps in the world, but there obviously going to be some way that you can get more bottle caps as time goes on. That's actually going to be a pretty cool aspect. But let's continue, because this next topic is actually going to be pretty cool. Magearna holds a bottle cap. Magearna, the Magearna you'll be able to get will be holding a bottle cap, a precious item needed for Hyper Training. With a bottle cap, you can perform Hyper Training on any Pokemon. Get Magearna on your team and try Hyper Training out yourself. So now that we know officially how to get one bottle cap, how do we get more? That's my question. How would we get more? Would we be able to, like I said before, to use Rock Smash and get just the hard scale and use Rock Smash on a rock and get the bottle cap? Or would we have to be able to go do adventures and side missions and side quests and stuff like that? That'd be pretty cool. But there's no more pictures to go on. I just want to thank you guys for watching this. I'm probably gonna putting this up today on Tuesday. I probably won't put it up tomorrow on Wednesday, but today on Tuesday will be up. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the support on this channel. If you have any discussions that you guys would like to have with me in the comment section below, please do. I love interacting with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the support. Leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.